Hey kids, welcome to another episode of Castles, Capes, and Clones Cuisine. Today we'll be taking you back to the movie that began the whole Marvel Cinematic Universe, Iron Man.
Where to, sir?
Take us to the hospital,
No.
Please, Happy. No, Tony,
No
you
is a
have to go
complete
to the
answer.
hospital.
I don't
the
have
doctor
to do
has
anything.
To look
I've been
at
in
you.
captivity for 3 months. There are two things I want to do. I want an American cheeseburger. And the other
That's enough of that.
is not what you think. I want you to call for a press conference now.
Call for a press conference?
Hogan,
what on
drive.
earth for?
Cheeseburger first.
You know, if I was taken captive and sent to the desert to work on a diabolical weapon and then made a suit of technologically awesome armor and escaped and went back home, I too would want a cheeseburger when I got there. So today, you guessed it, we're going to make a cheeseburger. Alright, so the ingredients you need to make a cheeseburger is basically ground beef. I'm using 80-20. You really want 80-20 because it'll give you enough fat in there to give it a lot more flavor and keep it juicy. If you use anything leaner, it just becomes a more drier hamburger, and that's no bueno. I also have a hamburger bun, obviously. This one's got sesame seeds. Don't really need to. You can use a lot of different things. Brioche buns. They even make Hawaiian bread buns. If you want to make a patty melt, you use some rye bread or white bread, whatever. Some kind of bread product to put a hamburger in. I've got American cheese. Now you can use cheddar or whatever, but I'm going for the classic American cheeseburger. So, American cheese. And then for condiments, I like to keep it very simple. I use mustard, ketchup, mayo. You can add vegetables, you know, lettuce, tomato, onions, pickles. I just find that makes the structure of the cheeseburger kind of meh. So, this is what we do. But wait, it can't be that simple, could it? I'm not going to do that to you. I'm going to make this just a little more awesome, because I'm going to add stuff to the ground beef. You mean like eggs and breadcrumbs and chopped onions, whatever? Nope. I'm going to add short rib and bacon. That's right. I'm going to go ahead and ground the short rib. I have about 4 boneless short rib pieces, whatever you want to call them, you get from the grocery store. And I have about half a package of bacon cut into cubes, and I put in the fridge a little bit to firm up. But yeah, we're going to grind this all together and make our burgers. Alright, so if raw meat makes you squeamish, you might want to turn away for a little bit, because I'm going to go ahead and grind all this stuff together. I've taken the ground beef, put it in this Tupperware, separated it, because what I'm going to do is grind this all up, mix it a little bit, and put it back in and go for a second grind. This way it'll incorporate with each other a lot better. So I'm going to start with the bacon. Now I know not everyone has a meat grinder, so you don't have to do this. You can just go get ground beef. Or you can even ask your butcher at the grocery store to like grind up some short rib, I'd say maybe some ribeye, brisket, put it all together, maybe throw in some bacon for you. Otherwise, give this a go. Put in my bacon. Take my little plunger. Oh yeah. This is going to be amazing. Now, if you're making your own grind, you don't want to use too much lean beef, because then again, it'll just be dry. So you want a good combination of something that's fatty with lean. All right. Bacon is all in. Now we're going to do our short rib. Like I said, I cut the short rib into cubes before this. I'm going to mix in the pork or the bacon a little bit ahead of time, and then go for this. I mean, does this version of a hamburger, cheeseburger, cost more? Probably, but it'll taste amazing. Alright, now that I've done that, again, I'm going to go in again and grind it all together. So mix this a little bit and then stick it all back in. Actually, I need to get another container. Hold on. It's better to be careful. You don't want to stick your hands down the hopper. At least not too far. You know, you probably don't need to watch all this. So come back when I'm done. Or I'll come back when I'm done. Something, I don't know when I'm done. Alright, so now I'm done. And now we have a delicious hamburger grind. Doesn't look better than just the stuff you bought in the grocery store? No? Is it making you sick? Please don't hurl. I promise this will be delicious later. I'm actually going to use some of this for another recipe I'm working on, which you can catch on my other show, the No Name Cooking Show, over on my own YouTube channel. So that's where I make stuff that doesn't pertain to Disney and stuff. Check it out. There'll be a link in the description below. So let's form some patties and make these burgers, shall we? Okay, so let's form the patty. Since you don't want to be too dense, you don't want to like manhandle it and just make it this solid piece of meat. You kind of want to do it more delicately. I'm not really measuring, but I would say grab like a baseball size, maybe a little bit bigger amount of meat. Should make a pretty decent patty. So something like that. Form into a ball. Should stick together nicely. And then you want to flatten the sucker from the center out, so it should come out relatively round. Yeah, right? That looks pretty good. What I like to do actually is press in the middle when you're making these, because it tends to puff up when you're cooking it. So this way it kind of remains relatively flat. You can add like garlic powder, any kind of other seasoning you want to put in here. I like pretty much a pure burger. I will season it a little bit when I put it in the pan. Not as much salt as I would because there's already salt in the bacon. You don't want to be too salty. So I'm preheating my carbon steel pan over there, and then we'll cook it. I've got my carbon steel pan heated up here. Anywho, let's do this. Got my pepper. Got my salt. Gonna let this go. Little piece broke off. Alright, turn off the heat, and then I'm going to put on my cheese. Smoke it. Hopefully my fire alarm doesn't go off. Alright, now that it's all melted, I'm going to go and plate this up, let it rest for a little bit. While it's resting, because you don't want to just serve it right now, because like steak, it'll get all gushy. I'm going to go ahead and heat or toast up my hamburger bun, and then we'll assemble. And stop cooking. Alright, to assemble my version of a cheeseburger, I'm going to put a layer of mayo on the bottom. Now I know, some of you are like, ew, disgusting. Even though like fry sauce and the special sauce in the Big Mac is pretty much mayo, ketchup, mustard, and stuff. So mayo is in there. But what it's going to do is actually add a layer of fat on the bottom so that if the juices run, it doesn't totally soak into the bread. So there is a little bit of a structure purpose. You don't have to. Don't at me. Do you? Then I'm going to take the burger. Lay it on there. Then go with the ketchup. And the mustard. and get some on your hand. Spread that a little bit. Again, you can add whatever vegetables you want. I pretty much just want it like this. So there you go. An American cheeseburger. If you enjoyed this video, please hit like and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that bell notification to let you know when we have new content. This has been Castles, Capes, and Clones Cuisine. Thanks for watching. Catch you on the flip side.